Mr. Strange presents The Man in the Top Hat, The Portals of St. Luke's. St. Luke's Church, the bombed-out church, a place where the past isn't gone, it's waiting. The church has stood here since the early 1800s, its spire a beacon for ships returning to Liverpool's docks. In 1941, German bombs gutted it in a single night, but the ruins were left standing. People thought it was a monument to survival. Others whispered it was a scar, and like any wound, it might have never healed. The first account, the mushroom trip that wasn't. Two friends were sitting on the grass inside the ruins on a warm night, music from nearby bars drifting on the air. They'd taken magic mushrooms and were staring up at the stars when the air in front of the far wall began to shimmer like a heat haze. Then it folded, literally folded like a curtain, being drawn aside, and from the darkness within stepped a man, tall, skeletal, black Victorian coat, white gloves, a tall top hat. They laughed at first. "It's the shrooms," one of them whispered. But the man didn't speak. He just reached forward. His gloved hand shot out too fast and clamped around one of the friend's wrists. His grip was ice. His nails, cold metal points, dug into the skin. In an instant, the world shifted. The friend was no longer in the church. He was on a cobbled street lit by flickering gas lamps, the air thick with soot and horse manure. He could hear the clip-clop of hooves somewhere close. His mate screamed, grabbing his coat and yanking him back. The top-hatted man laughed, a deep, hollow sound that echoed inside their skulls. The shimmer collapsed and the church returned to silence. They didn't stay. They didn't even go back for the Apple Watch that had been ripped from his wrist. The DJ and the arm. Weeks later, a DJ was setting up for an event inside the church. He placed his vape on the table next to the mixing decks. The air behind him shifted, like someone breathing against his neck. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw it, an arm in black Victorian sleeve, reaching for the vape. The skin on the hand was wrong, waxen too smooth. The fingernails were yellowed and cracked. He spun around, and the arm vanished. Mid-grab, shaken, he told the organisers. They smirked. "What have you been on, lad?" But the DJ packed up his kit and left, refused to finish the set. The Matrix officers. 3 Matrix officers on patrol saw him next. They were parked across from the church when a man in a top hat walked straight through the stone wall. Thinking he was a trespasser, they jumped the gates and searched the grounds. No footprints, no sounds, just a feeling like someone was right behind them, breathing in their ears. When they turned, there was nothing. The couple and the cab. The strangest story came from a couple waiting behind the church for their daughter who was on a night out. They heard horses breathing loud, wet snorts, and the sound of hooves right next to their car. When the air shimmered, first a horse's head appeared, then another, then the full shape of a hansom cab rolling slowly forward from the shimmer. The driver sat tall, whip in one hand and something else wrapped in cloth in the other. Seagulls began swarming above him, screeching, clawing the air. When the cab rolled forward into the street, the gulls blinked out of existence, gone mid-flight, like they'd flown into nothing. The forgotten accounts. In the weeks after, more came forward. A woman working in Bold Street Cafe swore she saw a pale man in a top hat watching her through the church gates. When she looked away and back, he was inches from her window. She fainted. A homeless man who slept in the churchyard told of hearing multiple voices whispering in unison at 3:11 a.m. every night for a week. The words were muffled, but the laughter was always the same. One stag night claimed they saw two portals open at once inside the church, one showing rain-soaked cobblestones, another Victorian banquet hall. In the hall, every diner turned their heads towards them at the exact same moment, their eyes glowing a faint blue. The theory: some believe St. Luke's isn't just a ruin, it's a wound in time. Bombs tore the building apart in our world, but maybe they tore something in another. And every so often, something slips through. Sometimes it's curious, sometimes it's hungry, sometimes it's looking for the one who got away. But if you pass the bombed out church after dark, don't stop, do not stare, and if you see a man in a top hat, don't let him shake your hand. I'm Mr. Strange, and this has been another Liverpool ghost story. Tune in next time for more spooky tales of Liverpool's past.